Here we go. What was up that countdown, man? That was way off. That's why I had to extend it. Throw me that pen. Oh, look at that. From the monkeys in the truck. They don't like it when I call them that. From the boys in the booth. I love those guys. Right. What's going on? It's Brian Soscia. We are live from Satellite 5, man. We have Fight Week happening this week to California. After that, Knuckle Mania 5. It's here. We're all excited, man. We're going to be traveling, be on the road. We're like a circus. That's it. That's why this is this week. These guys didn't even know who that was. Can you believe that? Then you said I had a hard-on for Pee Wee Herman.
Who it was? You're lying.
Oh, you did. Evan
You're making
did.
up.
Evan didn't know.
I know who it was. I just don't.
too.
I didn't get the theme.
There used to be.
What?
I've told you this time and time again. There's no theme. So when we can do a theme, we will. Otherwise, we just put up dumb graphics.
How come me and Brandon are never on it?
Well, I mean, do you want to be on it? What can I put you
We've
guys
talked about this for like over a year now. Like, why don't you ever include us? And you're like, I will. And
well,
you
it's
never
got to make
do.
sense. I don't like you too much. You're just here. We work together. I mean, that's part of it.
I mean, you get more clicks if we were on it.
More clicks. No, we will. That's maybe the Three Musketeers, the Three Amigos, something. I do actually really like you guys. It was a joke. Not that it matters either way. But yeah, we'll come with something. What are we doing today? I don't even know. I'm way off now. I know that I caught my pen. I'm very proud of that. Chris Lytle, he's going to be here today. He's been absent from the show for a while. Lights out Lytle with his fly swatter because he's the shit. Flies land on him because he's the shit. That's why he's going to be here. Lytle, look ahead to BKFC Pachanga. And then, you know that Anthony kid, the kid that we've talked about, he's on the show before we let him come in.
Yeah.
And we met him at the airport, and he's a big fan. He's been hitting me up. He's supposed to come in at some point today. He's jacked up. He wants to give us something, he said, like an award. I don't know what it even is. He said he has something to give us, which scares me because no. Which scares me. Stop doing that, Evan. Evan, stop it.
Stop. Get out of here.
I don't want. So what I want to do is, I want morons to stay out of the studio. You know what I'm talking about. Get out of here. I'm not kidding.
Shoo.
We're trying to do a freaking show. So thank you. This is insane. There's the wide open door people can walk in, right?
That's it.
You guys can't see this. It's
blow up the place. No
I'm not
security.
Louis Richard is his name, and he's a suit here, and he does not like our show. I don't think. I think it's upset about the stuff we say, so he peeks in from time to time. I don't want Louis here.
Little Dick.
Little Dick. That's what we're gonna call him. Little Dick.
Louis Dick.
I don't want him on the show. I don't want him down here because all he's gonna do is screw up the creative flow.
Yeah.
All right. Let's keep him out. I know you can. Is he gone now?
He's gone.
All right. Good. I'm jumping off here, man. I'm getting upset.
Shut this door.
Yeah, yeah. I don't want that fool in here. All he's gonna do is ruin things. Oh, you guys said this. What did you? He sits us down sometimes. You guys said this. You guys said this. You shouldn't say this. Shut up, little dick. Anyway,
There you go.
there's a sound drop. I'm getting angry. Anyway, that Anthony kid, he's supposed to stop in. I don't know if he's coming in. He wanted to give us something. That makes me nervous because when a guy we kind of know comes in and wants to give us something, who knows what it could be? I mean, he's a little off. I like the kid, but he's a little nuts, right? What do you think it's going to be?
He could kill you.
That's what I'm saying. I'm nervous, but I think he likes us.
Envelope of some anthrax.
I will say, wasn't it John Lennon? Or not John Lennon. Maybe it was him too, but I think it was like Aaliyah or something. One of her biggest fans killed her. Selena? That's who it was. So if he's a fan of BKFC, we could be at risk.
Yeah.
But we'll let him come in. I think I like the kid. He's excited about Knuckle Mania. You want to come on and talk about a lot of the Philly fighters that he knows. We'll get to him later. Also, some more signing announcements. And for you guys, I know we filmed with Eddie. I know that went really well. And I looked last night, or was it yesterday? I saw the spotlight. I saw everything you guys are doing. But when do you think that feature is going to hit the app? Has it hit it yet? I didn't check before the show.
Road 2.
Yeah.
So you can watch the spotlights now.
They're great.
Those are like condensed 5-minute Road 2s for each. So there's one for Maine and one for the Co.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Road 2, the big 24-minute piece, should be on the app, I'd say, by Monday morning.
I can't wait. I'm excited.
Here, if you go here, you can watch the Terrell Rothwell spotlight.
Nice.
And then as soon as they upload the other one, which is...
Well, you guys are working on them right now as we speak, right?
The Road 2 is being worked on.
Yeah. So what are you guys seeing as you work on them? I mean, you're pretty excited about it, putting together, or that doesn't kind of happen until after you've put them together?
You see all this fun stuff, and it's, I wish we could include everything.
I know.
You gotta,
there's some good stuff.
24 minutes, and, you got 2 40-minute interviews. You got to condense into 24 minutes.
Do me a favor.
4
Do me a favor.
Rather.
If you see anything as you guys are editing that you don't put in that you think's cool, save it and we'll show it on here. Like show the cutting room floor stuff. Cool?
Yeah.
Thanks. All right, somebody's confirming here. John Lennon was killed by superfan Mark Chapman. That makes me feel better. See, 2 people killed by superfans. Anyway, let's see what else we have here. What else do we have? Oh, this is interesting. So I'm excited to hit the app. This is just something I want to bring up. Has nothing to do with bare knuckle. I wonder if anyone in the chat's ever done this. Yesterday, I let a Chinese woman walk on my back. Did you ever do that?
No.
Dude, I went to this massage parlor, not that kind, and I stepped in because my back and stuff was hurting. And I said, I got like half an hour. She's like, I take you for half hour. Then she came in, and that's how she said it. I'm not making fun of her. That's how she sounded. It's nothing. Her name is Carmen, which she was awesome.
How does she sound?
I'll reiterate later. Let me finish.
Take me through it.
She had these like.
Can I be you and you be her?
No.
Hi, ma'am. I'd like one massage, please.
How long you have?
Yeah, about 30 minutes.
You give me hour.
Oh, okay. How much?
60.
And what does that get me? $1 a minute?
This is not all. I just said I had a half an hour. So she brings me in, and I didn't notice. I'm laying on the table, and then all of a sudden, I mean, this is the best massage I ever had. I'm laying on the table.
Scratchy towels?
I was completely naked except for my boxers, my bare knuckle boxers, by the way. And I laid there under a towel, and I think she's going to, my neck, my back, everything's hurting. I think she's going to massage me. Next thing you know, I'm like, is there, what's going on? She's climbing on the table. And then there was a foot on my back. And then I realized I saw these bars above the table. I didn't even think about it. She hangs on the bars and like pounds your back with her heels and her feet. And it sounds brutal, but it's awesome. She did tap me on the ass when I was done. I was a little nervous. So I flipped over. Nothing happened though. She did my neck and I was out. But dude, there's a name to it. There's a name to it. I forget the name of it. I probably would butcher it, but it's a Chinese art where they massage you with their feet. It was sick.
Good
Best
feet?
massage ever.
How are the feet?
I was face down. They were magical. I kept telling her. I know you're a foot fetish guy. I'm not.
Good toenails?
I didn't see. I was laid face down. But I'm telling you what, man. Look at me. I'm all loose today.
You're loose?
You never did that. I'm going to take you after this.
Hey, I'd love that.
Oh, it's great. Get it done. I'll find out the real
Feeling
name.
very
I'd marry
trained, relaxed.
dude, it hurts, but it feels great. It's very
That's
strange. Strange sensation.
Right.
You know about that sensation probably.
Yeah.
All right. We got Lytle coming on soon, so let's Chinese back massages for everybody. Let's get in the mail call.
It's time for mail call.
Oh, it's so magical. There you go. The Bare Knuckle Show at gmail.com. We got a couple minutes to get this done till Lytle calls in. We'll start at the Bare Knuckle Show at gmail.com. If you want to get involved, a lot of stuff coming in from Philly. The first thing I want to address is a guy out of Florida, Swervo Cuts, who I called Swervo Cruz for years. I forgot to shout him out last week. When we were in Florida, this guy took the time to drive to my hotel because I needed a haircut. Shaped me up, faded me, made me look like $1 million. He just came and did it for me. Wonderful guy. I didn't know he was in the Army, I believe. We had a great conversation. Swervo, thank you for supporting the show, and thanks for the haircut. You guys, next time we're in Florida, you should let him do your hair. It was amazing. He did great. Actually, here in Philly, I got to get a haircut. Now I'm nervous because my barbershop burnt down. So, Swervo, if you're coming to town, maybe we'll hook it up again. And I'll give you a couple bucks like last time. Not let you do it free, but I appreciate it. Swervo Cuts the man. Speaking of Swervo Cuts, another guy who's a big-time listener here. We call him Little Ben, but he's Big Ben. He goes by, but he's Little Ben to me. So Big Ben and Little West, that's who sent this in, Wesley Kill Eagle, were in Kansas City attending Sean Wheelock's bare knuckle seminars this last weekend. That was basically Sean Wheelock doing, I believe, a refereeing seminar. I don't know a lot about it, but we do have some photos up from Sean's Instagram, and you can kind of see, it looks like they were showing fights, and I know Chris Lytle was there. I think I saw Borga there. It was packed. A lot of people going through how to score, how to do everything properly. Sean ran the course, and, a lot of people were there. There was fans in Hollywood, Florida that told me they were going to come to learn how to ref. So there you go. They're there doing it, man, and it was a great turnout. I'm going to try to talk to Chris Lytle more about that and what he saw. And there's Kill Eagle again, everything like that. So, it's going to be great. And I don't know if Sean's going to be doing more of these, but there were a lot. Look at all the people there. This shows you how much our sport. Look at all those people. They had to pay. It wasn't free, right? So, I mean, this sport is growing. Everybody wants to be a part of it. I think some fighters were there taking it. Again, I'll find out more from Chris. I'm good. I'm not Chris's dummy there getting hit. That's all I'll say. We'll find out more about that from Chris. Okay, next on the docket here. This guy's been writing in a lot. Sammy Oh Shit. He wrote, oh shit, literally. Let's watch.
Y'all, we about to do the snow challenge, y'all. Oh, fuck. Oh, what the fuck is this? Oh, what the fuck is this? It's shit on me. It's shit on me. What the fuck?
She landed a dog. Oh, God. Oh, Sammy Oh Shit. The last 2 weeks, he's just finding somewhere there's shit involved. Well, thank you for sending that in. We appreciate that, I think. Other stuff I saw that this was sent in from somebody who was at the Eagles game, it says, and they saw Garb, who's Johnny Garbarino, South Philly fighter. A lot of the Philly fighters there, Philly area fighters, Pat Sullivan, Travis Thompson. They were all there signing autographs locally in the parking lot, tailgating with the fans, and the fans were pretty excited. I think we have a little bit of footage of that. I think we put it on our Instagram as well. That's a Philly tailgate. That's a calm one. Well, there you go. Sign it up. People were getting excited. I was told by the representatives from BKFC that were there that people were lining up to meet these guys and how excited they were. And it seems like I can tell you from being out and about in Philly, is the word palpable? What's it called when you can like taste or feel it in the air? It's palpable?
Yes.
The excitement is palpable. Everywhere I go, people are like, oh, yeah, Bare Knuckles coming. Oh, yeah. I've never felt it like this. It's cool to have that in our home community. Let's see what else we have here. Okay, so this is interesting. I was saying how big it was. Last week, there's a huge radio show. It's the biggest one in Philly called Preston and Steve on a rock station, as Brandon, I think, called it, blue-collar working man station. Perfect place for us. Dave and Eddie did a phenomenal, 15-minute interview on there. The lines were lighting up. It was awesome. Let's take a look at what that day looked like a little bit. I want to tell you the interesting thing that was done on that show. Go ahead. So there they are in the studio, hanging out, promoting to Philadelphia. There they are with the show. Preston and Steve, WMMR. It was a big deal. People were lined up outside, excited to see us walk up. It was really cool. Now, if you heard it, you'll know what a great interview it was. If you didn't, I thought it was interesting that they were able to give out a pair of tickets that Jeremy Stevens bought with his own money. I'll say it again. Jeremy Stevens bought these tickets with his own money and then had Dave go on and say, listen, 2 front row tickets to watch Your King in Philadelphia get his face smashed in. He bought 2 tickets and gave away on the show. So Eddie was like, oh, Eddie was just rolling his eyes. Eddie's like, great. Now they can see me beat his face in. But I thought that Jeremy Stevens is hell-bent on beating Eddie, and also he's been brutal towards Philly. I don't think Jeremy really realizes what he's going to get when he comes to Philadelphia. I truly don't. All right, let's see what else we have. Oh, after that, we were supposed to then go to Kensington, beautiful area in Philadelphia, and get some shots with the production team. Evan, did you fear going to Kensington if you did that they would steal your camera right off your shoulder?
No.
Get out. You're such a liar. Dude, you couldn't bring anything worth more than $5 there.
Well, who's going to steal it? Somebody on Fenton who can't even walk
they're
straight?
bent over. That's true. What are they going to do, stab you? What's going to happen there? Why were you nervous? You step on a needle?
Well, I'm not the one holding cameras. I was going to stay in the warm truck and watch these guys.
I was actually going to go. I wasn't going to go. Then Evan's like, you're not going to come. If you don't know, Kensington is a terrible, I'm sure it's a great place. Like, if you live there, I feel bad. But it's crime-ridden. It's probably the worst part of Philadelphia. And I did not want to go there. And Evan's like, dude, behind-the-scenes footage for the show. I'm like, damn it, you're right. I got to come. But that got canceled. That's why we're all alive and all here right now. Yep. We'll keep you up to date if we go to Kensington. I'll be filming. The bare knuckle cameras will be rolling. What else do we have here? I don't think you ever got this, but Row Home Magazine, we were supposed to have a hard copy of it. I'm going to get to Chris Lytle in just a minute, but I want to talk about Row Home Magazine. Actually, maybe you can look for Row Home Magazine, the cover. I think Dave has it, while I get Chris Lytle on here. So let's go to Lytle, and then we'll come back to Row Home Magazine.
Give me a minute.
Take your time.
I'm going to pull it up.
We can do it after the Lytle thing. It's fine.
Here it is.
Oh,
right here.
So this has a circulation of well over 100 and some thousand. Row Home Magazine, or is that what's called, Philadelphia Row Home? And here's Dave on the cover, man. They hit us up. They're like, we got to do a story on Dave. They truly think that. That's not just a tagline there. The new king of Philadelphia combat sports. So that's going out to over 100,000 people. I think 150 or 60,000 people. It's a free publication. It gets delivered right to their door. So I know Philadelphia's appetite for fighting. It's cool because we talked about it last week. We are a fight city that I feel like it's kind of lost a little bit of our luster. So I'm glad we can bring it back with Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. But there he is on the cover of Row Home. And if you don't know what Row Home is, because you're not from here, they're houses that are kind of stuck together. They're like 2 houses, 3 houses, 4 houses that are kind of all together. They don't have them in every city. I learned that when I started traveling. I didn't realize that. All right, Chris Lights Out Loud. He'll be up soon. And then we'll get going with Chris. Is he here?
Yeah, he's here. You want
Oh, I love Chris. I'm excited to see him again.
All right. Hey, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
You guys didn't forget about me. I thought I was old news. No more Chris Lytle. New year. Nothing. I don't know what's going on here, Brian.
No. You know what happened?
Cool.
We took a couple weeks off so we could breathe for Christmas and New Year's Eve, and I got sick. I think we all got kind of sick because we took the time off. So that serves us right. So we weren't doing the show, and then last week we came back, and I was saving you for this week so we could talk about Pechanga and a bunch of other stuff. But I'm glad to see you. We haven't seen you in the new year yet, I don't think.
Brian, this is where you and I are different. You take time off. You do stuff. I'm BKFC 24/7, 365. I'm here.
Lose
when
him.
you guys need
Hang
me,
up
when
on
you
him.
want me. Nobody else. I don't understand this, man. Come on.
Hang up on him, please. I can't deal with it. Oh, don't really hang up on him. I'm kidding. They didn't really do it. You didn't really do it. All right, because I got nervous. That's the one time you guys listen to me. What the hell?
I know.
So I am excited to be here. My time off was spent sleeping, trying to feel better in bed. But
Yeah.
I'm happy you're here. There's so much I want to dig into with you. First thing being, Chris, I hope you had a good holiday. But other than that, that's past now. People don't care about the holidays anymore. So we move on. Me and you'll talk about that privately.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Sean Wheelock's reffing course. We just watched some footage. It seemed like there were a ton of people there, and that you had to pay to go there. It wasn't free. And correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know a lot about it. It looked like fans, people that want to understand the sport better, people that want to ref, and it looked like fighters trying to understand the sport better too. Is that correct?
It was unreal. Yeah, there was several fighters there. And one thing I like about that, I want these fighters to understand it more because I want them, when they quit fighting, I want them to be referees and judges. We need more people who actually understand the sport in those roles. But, man, it was Sean Wheelock does the best. If you know Sean well, you know he would absolutely kill it. He goes above and beyond in everything he does. And, man, that was an unbelievable course, and he did a good job.
Thanks, man. I know you were up there. You were helping out, too. It looked great. Is there anything else you can share from that course? I mean, other than how many people would you imagine were there? I mean, it looked like a lot. I was shocked by it, actually.
Well, you know, they were able to put 120 people on the classes, and both of them were sold out. There was a waiting list of more people wanting to get involved. It was better than I think anybody expected. Yeah. And not only that, there was, I think, 11 head of commission. You know, the commissioners, the head of a state. They were all in attendance. You had the people from the ABC. I mean, it was a star-studded event. A lot of high-level fighters. A lot of people that were important to be seen in the fight industry.
So my estimation, I was kind of talking about this before the show with the guys, that I feel like something like this is yet another benchmark or earmark or whatever the word would be to show how much our product is growing. Because I truly believe if you did one of these reffing courses 2 years ago, you wouldn't have had that kind of, you'd have some, but you wouldn't have what you have there. I think between the commissions, ABC, and just people showing up, this shows you how big this sport's getting. And it's happening quick, man. Quick.
Happening very quickly. Like you said, 3 years ago, they would have probably came out against it. We're against this meeting happening. Never.
Right.
We're never going to be there the next year. You know what? I'm softening now. They want to be here. It's unbelievable how this thing has changed rapidly. Like you said, it wasn't that long ago. Some of those people were not liking us. They didn't want us to be around, and now they've came around. I love it.
Yeah, I love it too, and I love that you're a big part of that too. And Sean is. Thank you for waving the BKFC flag, how you guys always do. It means a lot to us because we need to expand, and that's what we're doing. Thanks for your help. Let's talk a little bit about Pachanga, which everybody says.
Pachanga.
You read it. I want to reiterate. You read it as Pachanga. That's how it's spelled, Pachanga, but it's not. It's Pachanga. I think Pachanga sounds better. And I'll tell you what. Right off the bat, before we talk about anything, I like the way Pachanga sounds. You know what else I like? The way Suck-a-Luck-Chuck sounds. And you're going to have fun with Suck-a-Luck-Chuck when you're doing commentary. He's back.
My favorite. I just like saying his name no matter what happens. I'm like, Suck-a-Luck-Chuck with the right hand. Suck-a-Luck, it's just not one of the names. I mean, I don't like to say many people's names a lot, but I'm going to throw it in there as much as possible.
He's got the featured fight. That's going to be awesome. I think we have a card. I think they threw in a card that we can put up and look at if you want to look at something too. There you go. So of this card, what are we looking at? What are you looking at? What do you know? We always ask you, who are the fights that we need to watch other than all of them? Obviously, it's bare knuckle, but what's like a Chris Lytle pick of who you're looking forward to, a fight or two?
Well, to be honest with you, the one you just brought up there, the Suck-a-Luck-Chuck versus Peterson, Peterson came to the tryouts. I was really excited to see that one. When it was on there, I was like, man, I almost thought this is too good of a fight to happen right now. I don't even know if I like it, but I mean, it's a phenomenal fight. I think it's unfortunate because those two guys are superstars in my opinion. I'd like to see them, continue to develop. But hey, we're putting it on right now. Whatever. I mean, these two guys that's going to be a war. Both those guys come to fight. I think this is going to be something you might look back at in a couple of years, like, dude, those dudes fought earlier in their career. Yeah, it was a good one.
Yeah. I agree. That's a featured fight on there. And I like, anytime Elvin Brito, this is crazy. Check this out. You don't know this. Elvin Brito on the card, you know that in the main event. Always like to watch Elvin fight. Kordanov, always like to watch him fight too. They're great. That'll be fun. But last night, so I do a lot for BKFC, especially in the Philly show. I love doing this stuff. It's not, nothing's beneath me. I'm much like you. I'll do whatever to make it succeed. So one of the things I like to help out with, and I get some weird enjoyment out, is doing Street Team. And in Philly, I'm out there, dude, I'm like being chased out of stores. They're yelling at me. I don't do it the way that we normally do it. I'm a scumbag. I go into like grocery stores and just hit up their beef jerky and chip aisles. I literally got asked to leave a grocery store after hitting them for about a week every other day. They came, they pulled me out of the grocery store. But hey, they're paying attention. I have a friend that works there. He said, everyone's talking about bare knuckle. They want to know who's the guy doing these flyers. So it's getting talked about. But
That's good. I do. And people, don't worry. Your reputation is that kind of like you said, kind of a scumbag. So don't worry about it.
They know I am. So the other thing I'm going to do, I'm getting off target here, but I'm going to tape it for the show. Mark my words. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go into one of these places and I'm going to get on their loudspeaker somehow. And I'm going to announce that bare knuckles coming to town. I'm looking forward to doing that. But the point is,
hopefully there's a ticket left, because from what I'm hearing, we're going to sell out 17,000 people. It's going to be the biggest thing. Hey man, I was just watching yesterday. We had Rocky 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm watching all those things. Yeah, this is bringing it back, man. I mean, sorry, Rocky, those days are over now. Bare knuckle. This is the new evolution for Philly.
If it's 2025 Rocky, they'd be doing a bare knuckle movie. I really believe that. But when I
might do it, we can get him involved. Maybe have we talked to him? Is he coming to the event? He might be there.
I've been talking to him. Or trying to talk to him. I talked to his brother. I was singing "Take It Back" to his brother. Take it back. I was doing it all. I was over the canyon with my hands like a bum. I have talked to Frank. Frank's actually a great guy. Loves bare knuckle. He's blown away by it. He couldn't believe. He was, I think, going to come to last year's Knuckle Mania. I think he did. I don't know if he made it, but who knows? Sly just shows up places, and he has some deep connections, as we know, to Philly. But my point to all this is I'm out there street teaming, and I'm ashamed to admit this, but I stopped at Taco Bell real quick because I needed something quick. And I know they have, from when I was a kid, they relaunched this food called the Mexi Melt. And when I was a kid, I loved the Mexi Melt. So I was like, I'll get me a Mexi Melt. As I did it, I pulled through the drive-thru because I had to eat quick, and I'm flyer and everything. So I go, yo, you like fighting? I don't care if they do. They're getting a flyer. And I went, get to somebody who does. And he looks at the card and he goes, oh my God. He goes, bare knuckle fighting. I know a bare knuckle fighter. I said, who do you know? He's like, you won't know him. I'm like, no, I probably will. He's like, hey, he's in Puerto Rico. I go, Elvin Brito. He goes, oh my God, you know him. I said, of course I know Elvin. He's main event for us, this week. This guy in my community where I live knew Elvin because he used to live with him like in the same town in Puerto Rico. What a small world.
Way.
Isn't that crazy?
Small world. Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. So the other thing I want to say is I was saying this earlier before you got on, it's palpable. Everywhere I go in the Philadelphia area, if I'm wearing my bare knuckle gear, it's like something I've never experienced before. They all know we're coming and they're pumped, even if they haven't bought their ticket yet. And then I'm like, dude, you better buy a ticket. It's going to sell out. And they're like, really? And they look and like, holy shit, it is. It's going to be awesome. Let's move on from that, talk about some other stuff while I have a couple more minutes with you here, Lytle. Great year for us this past year. I'm kind of going in reverse. I wanted to talk about this earlier. I apologize. But think of a highlight. Since we haven't talked to you since the end of the year, think of a highlight from the past year, 2024. What was one of your biggest highlights? I'm not even saying a fight. I mean, for you, was there a moment you with the fly swatter swatting flies? You yelling something like, I got a nice clean cock, or one of those highlights. What's another highlight for you?
See, now you're being weird to me. Come on. I don't want to hear that.
You told me the story.
Oh, that one. I see. Okay. I'm close. No, the highlight for me, man, I don't care what anybody says. When I remember vividly standing when I was in Spain, and we're doing our first stand-up, I looked over at Sean and I was like, this is unbelievable. I mean, it reminded me of when, you go to one of the big UFCs and everybody was decked out, looking nice, sitting in the front row. It was just a different level. It was a level up for us, and in this bullfighting arena in Spain, and we were the talk of the town. And, like I said, everybody there looked like they were dressed. It was unbelievable. I was like, man, this is, I got the best life in the world. I'm sitting here doing this type of thing. This is what I always wanted to be doing. I didn't even know it until now. And so that was, and not only that, then that card was unbelievable. I had one of the best fights I've ever seen in the main event. I mean, everything about Spain was perfect.
Yeah, Soto's fight was like a Rocky story come to life.
That was Rocky too.
Yeah,
I think I said that during the fight. I'm like, dude, these guys can't barely put their hands up. They're so tired, but they're just going at it all hard. That's exactly what I love about bare knuckle. That right there, that fight personified.
Oh my gosh, sure was. And I, the other thing you talk about Spain, I mean, you're right. They were dressed to the nines, different culture. And you had women coming in with like old school. Like you'd see it like the 40s, like a fan, the fan, like with peacock feathers. Like, what are you doing? This is great. These beautiful people. Everyone in Spain was beautiful. I can't figure it out. They probably eat a lot better and take care of themselves, but they all smoke. Like I almost wanted to start smoking cigarettes in Spain. Like I was just going to, I think
you need a new vice. You need a new vice.
I think in Spain, I think in Spain, it's the only place you can smoke a cigarette and not fear it. That's what they seem like to me. It's like the cool thing to do. Everyone smokes. It's crazy.
Here's the thing, though. If you're eating clean food, I guess, like you said, it's a little bit different. We don't have that here. So they got stuff over there is better for you. So I don't know. I guess you can have that one vice. I don't want that.
You can even it up, even make it dirty with the smoke. I get it. All right. So before we let you out here, I know you like these. We'd like to ask you random questions, get to know Chris Lytle a little more. Let me see if there's anything in the comments. Let's see. Okay. No, not yet, but I'll ask you one. What's something you're passionate about that most people don't know you're passionate about, Chris?
I'm into I'm into a lot of politics. I ran for state senate 2012 and just got back. Well, hey, I went to the Indiana State Legislature today because bare knuckles on the docket. So I had to talk in front of those guys, and then I just kind of hung out for a while and talked to some other state senators and state legislators about a couple other things, helping people with chemical addiction and just trying to talk about a lot of different things. But man, I'm several years ago, I started paying a lot of money in taxes when I was fighting the UFC, and I really got politically minded, like, hey, you're wasting all my money on what? And so I became very fiscally conservative, but socially liberal, and, just wanted to kind of get in there and do some common sense things. So, I mean, I really pay attention and really that the way we do things in our government drives me absolutely bananas. So I'm trying to get the right type of people in there.
That's great. That's great to know. I knew a little bit. I know a lot about that, but I know you shouted out the guy when you won your UFC fight and all, you should vote for him, whatever you said. I love that about you. So it's so random. It was great. That's one of the things you're passionate about. So let's find out, though, when you were younger, right? Your first ever job. Everyone's got an interesting first job. What did you do? What did it pay? Do you remember that?
It was minimum wage, whatever it was. I worked at Steak and Shake for 4 days.
All I'm getting paid is my minimum wage. It was like a song back in the day. It was like a 80s rap song or something. Where was it at again? I'm sorry.
But it's called Steak and Shake.
Steak and Shake.
Restaurant.
Yeah, dude.
Worked there for 4 days. 4 days I made it.
You couldn't take it? What made you leave?
Well, I remember sitting there, and I was a fry cook, not a fry, just like making cheeseburgers and having grease explode on your hands. I remember, it was busy the whole time. I remember at one point I sat back and the guy said, if you got time to lean, you got time to clean. I was like, yeah, this ain't going to work. So me and my buddy who were working together, we went and found some job. We're like, I'm not quitting without having another job. We got jobs, telemarketing.
That's even better.
And that was before telemarketing was big. So and then by the end, we had like all our friends working for this telemarketing company. It was for like 5 hours a night, but it was funny. We'd show up and get to wear like a shirt and a tie, even though nobody could see it was the dumbest thing ever. But we had the whole work crew.
Makes you feel more powerful, the shirt and the tie. When I was on the air and radio, I had a PD, an old guy. He made you dress really nice. He said, the better you look, the better you sound. I'm like, shut up, you weirdo.
Yeah, that's as dumb as if you got time to lean, you got time to clean. I'm out of here. I'm not dealing with this.
I would be like, you got time to yell, you can go to hell. I'm out. Good for you, dude. I heard Steak and Shake doesn't even serve, steak burgers after like 11 or 12 o'clock. I've heard that rumor. I don't know if that's true. That's weird to me. They're called Steak and Shake.
I don't think that's true.
I think it might have been a Nate Shook rumor. He might have told me that. So it probably isn't. Who knows? Let's see.
I'm just hoping that Dave Feldman's alive, man. I mean, we've been supposed to talk for a while. I thought he might have got kidnapped.
I don't know. I haven't. He might not be.
Right, Dave? I think he's mad at me. I don't know what I did. He'll probably let me know at some point. Hey, Dave, if you're mad at me, it's not true. Whatever you heard.
Let's start a rumor. I don't know what happened to Dave, man. I haven't seen him in days. You haven't heard? I don't know
I'm worried he got kidnapped, but
Dave will beat the kidnapper's ass. You know that. Well, look, we'll figure out what's going on, Dave. If I get any intel, I'll let you know. But on to the next question. What's your most prized possession and why?
My most prized possession.
Other than our relationship, what is it? Go.
Any possession, man. I don't really have any prized possessions. I don't really, dude. I'm pathetic, man. I don't really have any. It's just funny. I remember, I was fighting UFC, had my stuff. I bought like a nice like Infinity car, and then I had like a Lexus, and then now I'm like, man, I sold all that stuff. I bought like an old school Jeep Wrangler with like a stick shift. I'm a minimalist. I don't care about all that stuff. I don't care about possessions at all, man. I just like, I want freedom, my man. I guess it'd be like my freedom to do whatever I want. It's my pride possession. I want to be able to do what I want when I want, and that's all I care about.
That's the best. They're saying in the chat here, and I knew that he was traveling somewhere. It could be true. It could be not. He's in Taiwan.
Taiwan.
Yes, I thought so. He doesn't tell me because I try to stow away in his luggage for like a free vacation, so he never lets me know where he's going. All right, let's do two more, then we'll get you out of here. Thank you for so much time. What's your biggest irrational fear? To give you an example, I'll tell you. I have two weird fears. What's going on in there? One fear is that, this is strange. It makes no sense. Not actually one. I'll give you one. If I'm in my basement, like right in the show or working, sometimes I get really whacked out. And I know it probably won't happen, but I feel like the house is going to collapse in on me. And I get really nervous and weird. This happens like a couple times a year, but it freaks me out for a couple minutes. Then if my kids are acting like animals, jumping around, boom, boom, boom on the floor. I have a nice house, but I feel like the floor is going to collapse. I get really nervous. Then I start thinking about how there's probably thousands of pounds between TV, between furniture, between the people. And then if I have a party, Italians, we have a big Christmas Eve, and there's like 50 other of my family there. I feel like the weight, it's just, I'm crazy. It's weird, I know, but that's one of my irrational fears.
Yeah. I would say only irrational fear I can think of, and I don't even think it's that irrational. I just feel like always having an intense fear of like something happening as far as like with almost like the sex trafficking or something like with one of my kids, where all of a sudden they're gone and you never hear from them again. You never know what happened to them. I'm always thinking you'd never be the same, man. Like I would never be able to deal with my life and not know where's my kid. All I know is they're thinking about where's my dad to help me, and I can't ever find. I would be trying to do that Liam Neeson thing, and just picking up random guys who I think might be involved in like and telling me where my kid is and beating them to death. It'd be a problem, man. I don't know. That's irrational to me, but that's not that irrational.
That's not that irrational. That's being a good dad. And I'll tell you what, man, like my fears, a house probably isn't going to collapse. My fear, probably not. I'm thinking about it now. I'm sweating. I'm getting nervous. But like I know what you mean. My kid had a fever, right? And I'm concerned about him doing the show today. I'm thinking, I hope he's okay. I hope he's comfortable. Now think about it. If that happened, God forbid, man. That's terrible. Evan, do you have any irrational fear? Go ahead.
Real quick, I had one of my friends on the fire department, and we're sitting there, and he gets a phone call. His daughter's like in her 20s, and she comes out of the grocery store, and some guy gets out of a minivan and puts a knife up to her side and said, "Get in the car." She gets in her car, and he said, "Scoot over." She's got over the passenger seat, opened the passenger door, and ran out and went back in there. And I was like, they were trying to get her. I was like, it's not that ridiculous. It happens, man. Sure they get them, they put them on like heroin for a couple of weeks, and then they're addicted. I mean, it's when you start looking into that stuff, it's nuts, and it's that would be the worst case scenario of anything.
Little Ben says he fears quicksand in the chat. What do you fear, Evan? You fear nothing. You're going to say. What's your irrational fear?
No, you know what? I was thinking about this. At the end of the night when you're closing up the house and you're locking all the doors, you turn all the lights off, and then you go to walk up the stairs. Yeah. I don't know about you, but I always feel like there's like a demon behind me or something that's gonna you get that feeling that someone's behind you watching you walk up the stairs. Do any of you get that, or is that just me?
When I was younger, I would run and I would jump into my bed, so the guy under the bed that was going to attack me couldn't get my legs. That's the closest I get. I
always
to that.
get this feeling that there's like
you might
something
be haunted,
like
dude.
running up the stairs right behind you. So you sprint up the stairs really quick.
I've done that kind of. But do you live in an older house? Did somebody own it before you?
Somebody owned it before me, yes. I always wonder if somebody died in it.
You can figure that out. If somebody did, you're haunted.
I mean, it was built in '99, so they can't be.
You don't know.
Can't be like a Victorian era.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It's a haunting's a haunting. And apparently, our graphics designer was telling me, "Did you know this? Like, if I die today, these are my ghost clothes. This is what I'm going to be wearing for the rest of my eternity." You ever hear that?
That's why right before I die, I'm going to strip naked.
Get all the women in heaven. Yeah,
you'll show them. Yeah,
you think it's showing much. Brandon, do you want to get involved with your? I think Brandon's irrational fear is that he'll actually not make a mistake. Yeah, that will call on him for this question.
Actually, Lytle kind of hit the nail on the head there. I mean, that is anything with like my kids, like not being around, something happening to them, and not being able to do anything to help them. That's kind of always in the back of my mind. Especially like even like if I travel, like we travel a lot, I'm just like always like I hope everything's okay at home. Hope everything's okay at home. So. I don't know if that's a fear or just like
that's being a good dad.
Just like a instinct feeling. I don't know.
I understand that.
We all have kids here, but mine's still running up the stairs if there's a demon chasing.
Yeah, wait about 3 years and you'll have all kinds of new ones. Let's see. So I think we're good. Oh, here's somebody said, Little Ben says, that's called scared of the dark, Evan.
Is it?
Brandon fears homeless men in New Mexico. That's what Little Ben says. Little Ben, wait a minute.
I don't know if I fear them.
Wait a minute. I might have to call you Big Ben. That was such a good comment. Big Ben, I'm going to call you for the day.
Shit, man. I thought we were just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back
That's right. That's right. All right. Well, Chris Lights Out Loud. Oh, we got the last one you end on. This is the best one. You got to be real about this, and it can go both ways. the biggest dick celebrity. Not. I didn't get out right. No, I meant the biggest jerk off, like the biggest mean celebrity, someone you've encountered where you're like, oh man, that guy was kind of a dick, or that one was kind of a pain in the ass. I have a couple. One I can't say, unfortunately. I'll probably get in trouble. But I know that I'll tell you, Cyndi Lauper of all people, that was weird. She came to the radio station. Out of everybody that I think that we interviewed, she was like not too nice. And it was interesting. She was on the way down too. She was like nobody, not nobody, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who else that was a real pain in the ass. Everlast cursed on the air. He dropped the F-bomb, and I yelled at him. I almost got fired for that. I'm like, why would you do that? There's a female I want to mention, but I can't. Yeah.
We'll talk later. I want to know who that is. So I think we've already talked about that.
You know who it is.
Yeah, I thought.
What do you got?
And you know what?
Or one that you really liked.
I'm sure there's somebody, but I can't think of it right now. To be honest with you, I'm pretty fortunate when you are in the fight world. I feel like a lot of people are on their best behavior and try and treat you pretty well. You know what I mean?
True.
So a lot of them, I mean, seriously. So
how about one of the nicest?
I talk to my friends and they're like, "You don't understand, Chris. They don't treat me like they treat you." I'm like, "Well, they were nice to me."
All I know is every time I go out with Lytle, I've said this numerous times in the show. I try to because I'm always getting a free round bought from me or a free dinner with this guy as soon as they see him. That's what happens. So he's pretty well liked. What about? I'll go with one of the nicest ones you've met. Somebody that stuck out. Yeah, it's a good guy. I'd hang out with him.
Man, it seems like a lot of the athletes, I meet and get to hang out with. I remember talking with like Andrew Luck when he was part of the Colts, and some of the guys on the bed. I mean, just amazingly nice.
What's the dude's name from the Colts that you told me about off the air? Pat, the guy's in
Pat
WWE.
McAfee. Oh, that dude's unbelievable. He's a riot. He's fun to hang out with. That dude's so down to earth and just a good person, man. If you hang out with him for 5 minutes, you're like, I love this guy. You know what I mean?
Loved him when you told me the story of how he got very drunk one night and he didn't know it and he forgot. And then like a day or two later, there's a truck dropping off a pro wrestling ring to his house. Like he just bought it when he was drunk. Like that's
what
awesome.
What are you doing here? They're like, no, you ordered this 2 days ago. He's like, okay, put it in the barn.
Yeah, I love it. Well, listen, Chris Lights Out Lytle. I know if anybody ever meets you, they're going to find out what a dick. I mean, what a nice guy you are. And,
either way.
No, you're wonderful with the fans. If you ever see him there, stop by, get a picture, give him a high five, something. He loves meeting the fans. Chris Lights Out Lytle, we love you. Looking forward to California and looking forward to Philadelphia, man. I can't wait for it.
See you guys soon. Can't wait.
All right, turn the lights out on Lytle. Oh, wait, I want to get my moment. Damn it. All right, they're asking me in the chat here. They want me to ask Evan, excuse me, what was the top speed you hit in your Lamborghini on the way to El Toro's?
Oh, man.
Not your Lamborghini you were in. What do you think?
maybe 115. It wasn't too crazy.
Are they? I'm listening to you. I'm sorry, but they're calling me from the front of my ear. Is that kid here? Is he here? Can you go see if he's here?
Yeah,
Can somebody? I want to see if he's here. Did they let him down? He says this is Anthony.
You in here?
Is he here yet?
Here
he's right on time. He must be. He's watching the show. I think.
Man.
Anthony, here he is. He said he wants to come in. Please sit down. Sit down, please, and we can talk. What are you drinking already? Oh, he's got it bucked up. Okay. Put your headphones on. Don't kick over the bucked up. Anthony's here. Anthony, a huge fan. If you're just kind of tuning in, you don't know. He had come on before. We had met Anthony at a airport, and he hung out with us in the lounge. Hilarious guy, very knowledgeable, huge fan of the product, and just an all-around fun guy. So we wanted to have you on. You called in. You said to us, "Hey, can I come in and talk about Philly?" And you said you had. I'm starting off with it. You said you had a gift. Where's the gift?
So we've seen a lot of New Year's resolutions, New Year's awards, Fighter of the Year, male, female, knockout. We got to give the Podcast of the Year award out. Okay, so I brought you this special bottle of Tito's.
It's like empty, dude.
I drank it on the way here.
You didn't drink it. You've been drinking that for a couple of days. Is that really Tito's in there?
Here, take it.
Well, dude. So here, yeah, I'll take it. But I mean, bro, it looks like this is what it. I mean, I'm not complaining.
Podcast of the Year.
I think I appreciate that from you, and this is like the budget of our show, so it works.
Listen,
guys, congratulations! We're the Podcast of the Year. What do you think?
It's great.
Listen, real watchers know that you steal Tito's on airplanes, so I wanted to reward you. You don't have to steal anymore.
Anthony, I love you.
He doesn't have to steal anymore.
There might be as much as an airplane bottle in here, but I am thankful that you thought about it.
You don't have to commit crimes anymore and steal airplane shooters.
You can commit the crimes. I know you're good at that, and that's not a crime. They take care of me. I'll give you some next time. Anthony, I'm glad to have you, and I think you scared the front desk a little bit because they were in my ear like, this kid's here. We think he's a little nuts. Is he drunk?
They did give me a little weird look.
Yeah, a little when you walked in. Well, you told them you're with us. That's probably why they give you the weird look. Thank you for coming in today. I know you have a lot of stuff going on, so thank you for making the time to be here.
I got everyone's coupons for Lou Turks as well.
They don't know what Lou Turks is yet.
I'm sorry.
If you don't know, because she's local, see, Lou Turks is a local gentleman's club. Can we call it a gentleman's club? I think it's more of a strip club.
Gentlemen's club?
Strip clubs. It's updated over the years, but Lou Turks. This must be his hangout spot. I think they show our fights there.
They do.
That's awesome. All right, let's talk about how excited we are for Knuckle Mania 5. I know you were texting that or sending that into the show. You were like, I'd love to come on. I'm very excited. I was saying earlier, Anthony, how it's palpable. People in the Philly area, if I wear my bare knuckle gear, they know more than ever. Like, people are pumped. Do you feel that?
Listen, people have been blowing up my phone for tickets, and you never know if Philly's going to support you or have your back. They had our back for this, man. We had to open up additional seating. We're going to have 18,000 in attendance, baby. We're locked in. We're locked in, man. We're a family here, so that's why I know we are.
I like that you're saying we. That's what I was going to say to you, because the fact is that this is why bare knuckle's so cool to me. The fan base outside the amazing shows and stuff. Guys like you, it's cool that you say we. I'm busting your chops, but you are in this with us. And you do know what's going on because you've been seeing us release tickets, and you always check in with us. But is he from Philly? Yeah, he's from Philly. Definitely from Philly. They're asking in chat.
Yeah.
So is Anthony usually in the chat? Are you usually?
I'm in the chat every week, man. You got to be loyal.
Live from Lou Turks.
You got to be loyal.
That's right. We didn't. You know what? I'm looking here. Let me ask them because I didn't see it. They're putting this in here. Dylan says this, and I agree. You son of a bitch. You son of a. Are you dumb?
What?
You're blowing your own gimmick. Hold on. I'm going to tell you why. Hey, I didn't get to check the mailbag out. Maybe we should go through that before we get into this with him. But let me know. Is Randy the Pervert in the mailbag today?
Well, look.
They're blowing my cover?
Dude, I still think that's you. You're so full of... And you got to write in. You got to write in the week you come in so we believe it's you still. Like, you always don't write in the week that you're on.
I thought it was Evan.
We got nothing from Randy.
I thought it was Evan.
Let's take it. I still think he's Randy. Ask it, dude. Definitely, you got to be.
I think it's Evan.
Are you Randy?
Randy.
It's Evan.
Anthony.
Is there a real Randy? Yeah, I know. He didn't even get. Oh. All right. I still think you're Randy. Anyway, we were talking about Row Home Magazine. We showed that. Let's get back to the mailbag. You can go through the mailbag with us, and then we'll get to your content about the Philly show. We have a lot more good stuff coming up. Okay. Let's see. Hockey Enforcer Goon. That is the name. Great name. Sent this in. They saw this on social media. Pat Brady, Hands of Brick, is going to be live in Iceworks. If you're local to Philadelphia, that's in the Delco area, doing a meet and greet January 18th. Stop by there, see Hands of Brick, Pat Brady, before he fights Zach Kalmus at Knuckle Mania 5. It's free, open to the public. Get the autographs, hang out. Love that we're doing stuff like that. That's a huge facility. There's going to be a lot of people there. We're excited.
Are you going to ice skate?
I haven't ice skated in years. I probably could break my ankle if I try. I
probably would too.
Yeah, we'll give it a shot. BKFC. This came in. You can weigh in on this. It says, BKFC, would you rather take this blast or get hit with a bare knuckle? Let's watch. That knocked him like 5 feet back. Oh my God. I know what I'd rather do. You want me to go first?
You go first.
Don't let it change what you think, okay? I think, did you ever pressure wash anything?
Yeah, power wash?
Yeah, power wash, whatever it's called. That, you're screaming. That would, if you put your finger or something in front of that, would slice your finger. That comes out so hard. So, and it takes the dirt off things. That was a pretty high power hose. I should ask Lytle. He was in the fire department. I think it hit, blasted like that, knocked that. Look, a bare fist doesn't knock you that far back. Also, a bare fist may cut you, but I feel like that water, that pressure hitting you like that would really slice you up. If it's a powerful stream. I'm going to say...
Powerful stream?
I knew you'd say. That's why I did it for you. See, that's why I think you're Randy the Pervert. But I would say, I don't want to get hit with either one, but I probably would rather get hit, I think, with a bare knuckle maybe. Depending on who. Like, I don't want Ben Rothwell taking my head off. If it's a guy my size, maybe. One shot, not too hard. I think the water would really hurt, though, because of the power of it. Where are you at?
I'm going bare knuckle 100%. I mean, it depends on who it is. Like, I think you're great. Like, I don't want Ben Rothwell to cut my face and knock my head off, but I don't want to get exploded on by water either.
At least not by water, right? Yes. Okay, let's move on. Evan, where are you at?
I'm back here, bro.
Are you going to be a jerk off? What would you rather do?
Get some water in my face.
You'd rather get blasted?
Or get punched?
Yeah,
I'll take water in the face. Yeah, I'll stand pretty far back.
Really? No, you got to do the same. Why do you dissect shit? It's just simple as the video we just saw. Would you rather be that guy or get hit with a bare knuckle?
Who's punching me?
Anthony.
Yeah, I'll take the punch.
How about you, Broke It Brandon, back there?
If Anthony's doing the punch, I'll take the punch.
Where though? Where the body?
Right
do
in
they
the
want to
face.
get hit? On the face? Okay.
Yeah, you can be hit in the jaw, the face, straight square of the face. I think a bare knuckle would suck. Don't get me wrong, but I think the water pressure would really, really suck.
Might rip your skin off.
That's what I'm saying. Like when you pressure wash or whatever it's called. Hell yeah, man. All right, let's see what else we have here. Okay, this is motivational advice that was sent in. I guess I don't know what it is. Someone needs to hear this. This guy.
Let me tell you something, right? Sometimes the worst things that happen in your life will put you directly in the path of the best thing that will ever happen in your life. So don't forget that shit, you heard?
You ever seen this guy?
No.
Have you guys ever seen this guy?
No.
I think he's a Philly guy. That's amazing. I mean, he rides around the microwave.
Is he going to come to the show with the microwave?
I hope so.
I want him on the microwave.
I want him here and give me advice every day. All right, last thing we'll check out is we love the punch machine fails. I think we have one of them that was sent in. Doesn't have a name here. I'm sorry. Here we go.
That's what it would be like if I hit it.
Oh, that's great. Laughing at a lady getting hit in the face. It makes me happy. Some strange way. That's weird. All right. That's our mailbag for today. Thank you for sending everything in. So, Anthony, you're here. And the reason you wanted to come in, other than just to hang out and say hello and give us, I don't know what this is, an airplane vodka. It's left.
Yeah.
But I'm not complete. That could probably get me drunk. I'm not a big drinker.
Yeah.
We want to talk about Knuckle Mania 5. You're very excited. Everyone's excited. Let's go through some. I know that you like study these guys, and you probably know more than anyone. You're very into the local scene. So some of these guys, I think it's cool because they're getting like the Rocky shot. Like they're getting a chance to go to Wells Fargo Center. They're getting a chance to perform in front of friends, family, and a worldwide huge audience, sold out. This is a shot some of these guys who've been fighting might not have thought they'd have, even though they're good, because boxing's a hard sport to get on these cards. But now boxing, MMA, we're able to put them on bare knuckle. I mean, you're excited, but speak a little bit on that.
Look, I just want to also say, like, shout out to you guys, like the team as well, because your families are going to be able to come to this event too, like to be able to see all your hard work. So it's also you guys, the fighters. Man. This event's all for you guys, all your hard work, 6 years in the making. So it's going to be great. This is going to be the biggest card in Philadelphia modern day sports history, 18,000 in attendance. Even if you're a little hesitant to do bare knuckle, you're not going to say no to this card. You're going to get exposure. There's going to be celebrities, the sponsorships.
Yep.
This is going to be the USA version of what Marbella was.
I agree.
But that's how amazing. That's what it's going to be. There's going to be
bigger. That's the crazy part.
But bigger too.
Yeah.
Largest attendance in bare knuckle history. It's going to have over a $2 million gate. Look, UFC went here. There was just a big matchroom boxing event here a couple months ago. Respectfully, we're going to blow them out of the water.
Break the record.
Ticket sales, gate attendance. It's going to be beautiful, and it's going to be more violent, fast-paced knockouts. It's going to be beautiful, man. I'm telling you.
The way you described it was beautiful in a little package like that. Thank you. And I'm serious. That was perfect because I feel the same exact way. So let's do this. Let's look at some of the local Philly fighters in the card. I'm going to throw you some names. I know some of them too. Obviously, Travis Thompson. We know him. We don't need to get deep into Travis Thompson. He's been on the show many times. He's been around this area for years. We've seen Travis fight. Travis has grit. He's always in a good fight. He's always a little short-tempered. He's always there to put on a show. Every time I see him, he shows up like a superstar, the way he's dressed, the way he acts. But Travis has a bit of a temper that can get him in trouble sometimes. He's smart enough not to have it in the ring that much, but not in trouble. Actually, it makes me laugh because he's promoting a fight by like yelling at people, and he's very entertaining. Travis Thompson, a legend in the area. He's been around forever.
He is, and he's a hard-working dude, and he's loyal, right? We always reward loyalty in this company. He's been with us since BKFC 1. He's 5-6, and record never matters. We have one rule here. Fight your ass off. You'll always have a job here. That's what Dave says, so it's just true. He always fights his ass off. He had a fight of the year versus David Diaz, man. Fights his ass off every time. He's gritty, and he just always comes to fight, and that's the biggest thing. He's been with us since the beginning, and he deserves to have this spotlight.
He sure does. And I think it's cool, too, because, like I said, he's a PA guy. I think he's up in Pottstown, which is right outside of Philly.
Yep.
So he gets to have this chance to be in your home city on a massive stage.
He's just such a nice guy, too. Like, I know you said the hot temper thing, but
not to us. He's
that's
crazy.
If you
He's
fuck
funny.
with him.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, we're in the fight game. If you're not going to be nice to someone, what do you expect's going to happen?
Exactly.
I mean, if you show love, they show love back, and that's
Travis
what I
is
love
great.
about our fighters. He's a great dude. Great dude.
Let's talk about Joey DeWaco. Joey DeWaco, a little bit I know about him, American boxer. He's been boxing. I think he was 2015 he might have started DeWaco.
Listen, we are so blessed to have this guy on the
know.
prelims. Listen, he's a 28-13 boxer. He's fought over the East Coast, Atlantic City, the Prudential Center. He's fought at Harris Casino, Live Casino. This guy is overall a plus 500 record, and he always comes to fight. You can see he loves boxing. Look at that tattoo. You don't get that too if you don't love boxing.
That's true.
I watched a couple of his fights. He had some on YouTube. He rips people's heads off, man. And don't forget his opponent. He's facing a Muay Thai champion.
That's what I was
Steve
thinking.
Banks is the only fighter that has fought in 3 different countries. This guy fought in Thailand. He fought in the UK. He fought in America. I respect that. He deserves to be here if you're willing to travel across the world to fight for us. And he has a hard opponent, man. So this is going to be a war. If you don't have the DAZN app, you should definitely subscribe. But if you're watching the early prelims, this is a firefight.
This is if you don't excuse me, if you aren't subscribed, if you don't have a subscription, what this fight's going to do, that's what I always say to fighters. It's not bad to be on the prelims. You're setting the pace. You're getting people to buy the product. That's the free commercial for us.
Free commercial.
So that's going to be something, you're 100% correct, that I think is going to get a lot more eyes on it when you see this guy fight.
Joey DeWaco is going to be a superstar, man. Just a great heavyweight addition, man. Just wants to hurt someone when he fights, to be honest.
Pumped up. And that's what they love in bare knuckle. That's what we're here for, not to get out there and just let the blood fly, right?
Yep.
Zed Montanez, I know a little bit about him. I know that I think he was a guy that we got at that huge Philly tryout. It was the biggest one we ever had at the ECW Arena. And I think he did some MMA too. As
So
well
let
as
me
boxing,
say something.
Right? Is it correct?
He comes from Northern Philadelphia,
Yeah.
and if you're not from the scene and you don't know local, bad motherfuckers come from Northern Philadelphia. And look, if you don't know how to fight, you're going to have to learn how to fight. Eddie Alvarez is from there. They understand it. They're cut from the same cloth. He has a 5-0 record in the Art of War promotion. It's a local MMA. A lot of these guys come from Art of War, and context on what that is. It's the biggest regional promotion in our market. He's a 5-0 fighter, and he has what I call natural power. He doesn't have to go off his back foot. He doesn't have to turn his hips into his punches. If he jabs you, you're going to fall down. And he's going to fight a gritty vet, 2-2, Brandon Meyer. Brandon Meyer always comes to fight for us, man. He's gritty. He's a volume striker. He's not a power striker. And it's not always as technical, but he's gritty. He pushes the pace. He throws volume, and he wears you down with his cardio. So I want to see a power striker versus a volume puncher like Brandon Meyer. I want to see how it works out. But look, 5-0, Northern Philadelphia bred, he's a bad man.
Dude, he's been boxing since, when I spoke to him, I think it was like 14 or 15, he started boxing, and then he transitioned over to MMA and stuff. And I want to double down that North Philly is where bad dudes come from. North Philly's not the nicest area. So he has to grow up around that. Yeah, you have to have some grit. This is the guy we were talking about earlier, Hands of Brick. He's fought first before Pat Brady. He's going to be doing the big appearance at Iceworks, the gigantic, it's like a 15, I think it's like 15 ice rinks they have. It's gigantic. He'll be there. He beat Louis Rumsey before for us. Primarily, I know he was a brilliant Brazilian jiu-jitsu fighter. And then, he came to BKFC.
Listen, Pat Brady, fun fact, lives 15 minutes from me.
Really?
Great dude. Like I said, he fought at Mohegan Sun. He's
an Art of War guy too, right?
Art of War guy. He's an Art of War champion. Mm-hmm. So look, here's the thing. Pat Brady comes to us after an Art of War legacy, having a title there. He beat Louis Rumsey by knocking him down 6 times. Louis Rumsey was with us since Bare Knuckle 1. If you can fight a 6-fight Bare Knuckle veteran in your debut and knock him down 6 times, you belong, and it says a lot about who you are. He deserves to fight Zach Kalmus. Zach Kalmus is on a 4-fight win streak, and he's been swinging for the bleachers. If you watched him knock out at not DJ Tice's, someone else, but he knocked someone out at Sturgis, and it was beautiful. And I just think we have a fighting match, because if you watch both their styles, we don't care about defense. We want blood, and violence is going to be bloodied up. They're going to have to mop up the canvas after this.
Zach Kalmus does not know the meaning of quit, and that's why I think him and Pat's a tough guy. Pat's hands are literally like lunch boxes. I mean, I think he was telling me they used to call him Wreck-It Ralph because his hands were so big. Excuse me.
He looks like, not he looks like him, but he has the hands like Wreck-It Ralph. I mean, It's true. And here's the thing about Pat Brady. Like, he trains with John Jones. John Jones is the greatest MMA fighter of all time.
That's who gave him the name Wreck-It Ralph, he told me. I think it was on our show he said that.
That's the level of competition you are training with. So I'm very excited for this fight, and I think the winner would be in title contention with our co-main event. But
Pat Brady is jazzed up to get out there, and I know that Zach Calmus always loves a good fight too, so that's going to be a fun one for Knuckle Mania 5. Again, to continue introducing you to some of these local Philadelphia fighters, Anthony's in here. Anthony is a guy who has been following bare knuckle since the beginning, loves the sport of boxing, loves combat sports. He's a local guy that we ended up meeting at the airport, and we've kind of friended up, so he comes in from time to time. It's just great to have you in here, man. Let's move on to Pat Sullivan. I know he did some MMA fighting right before stepping into BKFC, and he's another, like, a lot of these, you got to understand something about Philly. I mean, kind of from watching the Eagles and stuff. These guys are proud Philadelphians.
Yes, I want to go off that real quick.
Go ahead.
Him, Garbarino, and Travis, they just had their own bare knuckle Eagles tailgate.
I know. We were talking about
And
earlier.
we had the car out. We had the bare knuckle car. So what's so good about that is they love our city and they love us. Because sometimes fighters fight for us, and then after that, they're done. They don't really do much promotion. Everywhere you see these guys, they have a bare knuckle hat. They're posting.
Eddie's the same way. Eddie Alvarez, same way. He
does the same thing. I love people who fight for us and then show the love back. Like, we're giving them an opportunity to change their lives, so they give it all back to us. And I love the loyalty there. To have our own tailgate, and especially, listen, we're the greatest Philadelphia sports fan base in the world. So to do that at an Eagles tailgate, our most popular sport, it brings awareness, right? So
and they were lined up to meet him. I mean, they were telling me about that. So we played some video earlier on in the show. So Pat Sullivan, a guy, he loves being. Pat Sullivan is the guy, I think it was last week, that how cool is this? It's his big opportunity. He walks out on his balcony. We showed it last week, and he saw the billboard. Like, how you didn't know that was. And that just
imagine seeing that though. Like, holy shit, you're about to fight at the Wells Fargo Center. Like, he's still relatively young like me, so it's like you go to sports games, you've been there for concerts, whatever. Like, you're gonna be the star of the show. Like, it changes your life if you do the right thing and you have a great fight. So that's why I think these fighters are all gonna go out there and fight their asses off, because this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Yes, you may have fought on other cards before. This is nothing like Knuckle Mania 5 in the hometown. So people are going to be, there's going to be a fire under their ass. Conor McGregor's going to be there. And what happened last time Conor McGregor was there? We doubled the main event's purse. So if you want a bonus, fight your ass off, and you're going to get a lot of money from this card.
Let's just be clear that Anthony is going to be doubling the purse in case that Conor doesn't do it or Dave doesn't do it. Now, Anthony, you've just kind of talked yourself into that. Okay, you got your money. Bring it. Bring it. And then the other thing, you're great. I'll tell you something else about Pat Sullivan. Newman University, which is a college by us, they have a hockey team, and I bumped into their hockey team, and I just had a bare knuckle coat on. They were going nuts. They have the app. They're coming to the show, and a lot of them knew Pat Sullivan. They were mentioning Pat Sullivan to me. So it's going to be, they're excited to see what he can do. The other guy they keep mentioning, I don't know a ton about, but Cody Russell. I got that mentioned too when I was running around the streets. Cody Russell, Cody Russell is a guy that is a true through and through Philadelphian. He showed up to our last interview in a Philadelphia Phillies jacket. I loved it.
Here's the thing. The reason you don't know it, like people don't know a lot about him, is because he's still relatively, like, not new to the fight game, but the fights just aren't there yet. He's 1-0 in boxing, and he's 2-0 in MMA. And what's good about that is it gives you the best of both worlds. Sometimes boxers struggle to come to our sport because they think it's just boxing without a glove.
100%.
That's not necessarily true, because when you block a punch like this, the glove can cover your whole face. When you take that glove off, your temple's exposed, your orbital is exposed, and then you get hit and you're like, ow.
The punches slip in easier because you think there's a glove. And that's we say it all the time, and you probably heard it. That's why boxers are starting to figure it. Like Austin Trout figured it out. Nico Hernandez back in the day kind of figured it out. But a lot of boxers that come in don't figure it out till a fight or two in.
They just need to study, I think. And I think once they do that and they understand and we get more exposure, you're going to see it now.
What, was that a burp?
Yep.
Did you hear that, Evan? That was, I thought you were going to throw up.
It's the bucked up. I'm bucked up.
You bucked up. But yeah, Cody Russell, we're looking forward to him as well. He's another great Philadelphian that's fighting. And then we talked about Pat Sullivan. To cap it off, I would say one of the biggest fighters we have out of South Philly. And I followed this guy's boxing career a little bit. He's only, I think, like almost 30. I don't think he's even 30 yet. Johnny Garbarino, a kid from South Philly, an Italian, one of my paisans. I know he did some MMA, pro boxing, and he had told me this on the, I think it was on the show or maybe it was afterwards. I don't know if you know this stat. You know a lot. He claims he's never been cut.
No, he hasn't.
In boxing, but bare knuckles a different ball. He's going to get cut most likely.
I'm going to manifest something right now, and I'm going to say this man, Johnny Garb, will be a superstar for our bare knuckle fighting championship. Like, listen, here's the thing about this guy, right? Like, He grew up in South Philadelphia. He's the pride and joy of South Philadelphia. You mention his name in that community, people love him.
It's crazy.
He's our Italian brother.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're a Paisan, too. What am I thinking?
My family's from South Philadelphia. You have roots there. You're Italian. So, look, here's the thing. He's 7-3. He has 2 Art of War championships at age 29.
He's 930.
And that's what we want. We want young, hungry athletes that are raw and tenacious. And here's another thing that people don't always think about. He's great on the mic, and he has charisma. Because if you can't sell your fights, no one's going to give a shit about you. And that's just the brutal truth of it. You have to be able to sell and market yourself, and he does that. And it matches his fighting style. His last fight was a 37-second head kick knockout.
Yep.
And what that says about 37 seconds, it shows you push the pace, it shows you're tenacious, and it shows you want to get the kill, which is good. And I know you don't kick in bare knuckle, but it shows he's hungry for the win. So I just think he's a really marketable guy for our company. He's young, energetic, and I cannot wait to build this guy. It's going to be absolutely unbelievable.
Now, I saw you and we spoke at the press conference a couple months ago by now?
Yeah.
And I wanted to bring you on the show, but we ran out of time.
All right.
But I appreciate you being down there. But one of the things that stuck out to me, I don't know if when you're watching the presser, and if you haven't seen it, go back and rewatch it. Jeremy Stevens is up there he's just horrible. Horrible talk about Eddie.
Not good.
Horrible talk about Philly, the citizens, the sports teams. He left no stone unturned, right? And during this, if you didn't know any better, you think it was a fan that says, you better be careful because you got to walk out that front door.
It was him.
That was Johnny Garb, who was on the panel. He was down. If he turned around and said that to him. And look, I wouldn't mess with Johnny. He had a point. Philly's a different animal, and he knows he's been fighting there. And I think it was pissing all the Philadelphians off that were
I
fighting.
don't know how he,
them.
no one stormed the stage. Like, when I heard someone talking about our city like that, obviously he's marketing the fight, he's selling the fight, and I wanted to see it after that too.
I don't know. Jeremy Stevens, maybe some of that's marketing, but I don't think he really enjoyed coming to Philly that much.
I don't think he did either.
But I'll tell you something else. Anybody that takes a fight thinks they can beat the other guy, obviously. He truly thinks he can beat Eddie Alvarez, which he may. And Eddie is Eddie didn't say this to me, but I'm seeing it. Eddie's almost insulted that this guy thinks that he can, not even that thinks he can beat him. I think that Eddie has said it to me. I think he said on interviews too, that he came in with this energy that he shouldn't have come in with. He made the wrong decision. Yeah.
Here's the thing too, when Eddie fought Mike, they were trash talking, but Eddie didn't take it personal. He took this personal because that's where he's from. It's where he lives, his kids. He just opened up a gym, so this is his community. So I'm very interested in how the fight's gonna go. I mean, when Eddie fought Mike was 185 pounder.
Yep.
Eddie was probably 20, 25 pounds lighter than him. Him and Jeremy are the same weight class, so I'm just interested in now that Eddie's at his natural weight, how good he's gonna look. Can't wait, man.
I can't wait. Wells Fargo is gonna come unglued for all these guys. You'll see it when you tune in. The support in this city's been insane. But right here and now, they're loving you in the chat here. Somebody said that Anthony knows his stuff. Fair play. SNC said that. And then, hey, Slick Rick Caruso's here. Is Conor McGregor going to be at Knuckle Mania 5? I don't know for sure, but we're anticipating it. How do you don't know? You're following the rumors online.
He's tweeting it. No, he's tweeting it.
Oh, he said it. He announced it? I knew he tweeted our videos. He's coming definitely.
He's tweeting it, yeah.
I don't want to get it wrong.
I'm not giving it out, but all right. I mean, here's the thing. I just go by what I see, and I know you can't go by, but if his official account, he's said it multiple times.
All right,
he's
let's
coming.
go.
He's
I'm
coming.
excited. Let's see. Selling the fight could get him really hurt in Philadelphia. It's not one of them places that you just try to sell a fight by talking bad about the city. It doesn't work for these fans. Little Ben says that. I couldn't say it any better. Well, look, we'll get more into Knuckle Mania next week. Here and now, I know you're excited for this week. We talked about Pachanga. We talked about that with Chris Lytle earlier. I know you'll be watching that as well. I'm excited to see what happens there. Tune in for that. Is there anything you're really looking forward to in that card, or you've been so into Knuckle Mania?
Nah, every card. It's bare knuckle. It's BKFC for life, man, and I really mean that. I love all you guys. You risk your not risk your life, but you sacrifice. Yeah, that's what I was getting to. I said this to Gina.
Yeah,
Brian.
I know. That's why I said it.
I said shout out to all the wives of bare knuckle because you guys travel so much. It takes a strong woman of the household to like I said, you guys don't have the 9 to 5. Your weekends are you're working.
These guys are the same, man. They deserve, like you're saying as well. They have wives, they have kids, and we appreciate you saying that. Thank you.
Evan just had a newborn baby. Don't you think he wants to be with his child?
He's probably stop talking. The show's going to go long. I want to go home. Is that correct, Evan?
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm not done yet. I got to announce. I got to say what I said I'd do at the top of the show.
Oh.
He's ready to go.
That was my cue.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't cue you. All right. We'll go through. We got a couple more things.
Right.
You know what? You can see, Brandon, don't worry about all of the articles I sent you. I'll just tell them because we're going to run late. Go to BKFC.com. Some great articles up there. Kane Thomason Jr., he's embracing the hostile territory in Philadelphia. Great article about Art Driscoll this week, and he's out for blood at Pechanga. And then also Evan Brito, he's preparing a masterpiece for Pechanga. There's a lot of good coverage there. I always tell people, BKFC.com, great articles. Make sure you don't miss them. Check them out. As for now, let's go to the new signings. I think we can do that. The new signings. We have a couple new signings to announce. First one, there you go. I want to talk about Dan. We announced him last week, and I want to apologize to Dan because Dan, we were going through so quick, I didn't realize who you were. I met Dan at the tryouts in Philly, and Dan, I feel horrible because I met him, and I don't know if it was his girl or his wife, I don't remember, but he was talking about the Bare Knuckle Show. He watches every week. Huge fan of the Bare Knuckle Show, and I just breezed right by you, Dan. Tower Dog. I didn't realize it was you. I apologize. I'm excited that you're here. I'm excited that you watch the show, and I'm excited to see you fight and what you're going to bring to the organization. So
he fights next month. He's going to be in Mohegan.
I'm pretty pumped up about it. So let's see. Now let's get to I had to cover that one. The rest of them. Dylan Bladen, congratulations. 2-5 amateur heavyweight looking to make a debut. We're trying to target March 27th, which is that Thursday night show in Hollywood. He's looking to make his debut there, Dylan. Welcome to the team. Welcome to the family. And then the last one we have is, oh yeah, that's right. We don't have any more. He's whispering it's the last one I have. No, we don't have any more. We have more we're going to announce next week that aren't done that we thought were done.
Did we talk about Max Crosby?
We're going to talk about him next.
All right.
You might as well write the show, bro.
I'm sorry.
Max,
I'll be quiet.
No, you're helping. That's fine. It's a nice transition. That's how into the show you know where we're going next.
I can feel it in the air.
I know you know because you watch enough. Max Crosby, we wanted to talk about this too. We want to welcome him to BKFC, part of the investment team. Max Crosby, if you don't follow the NFL, he's an NFL superstar. We're proud to have him as part of the team. Are you an NFL guy or just a fight guy?
I am an NFL guy big time. Listen, Max Crosby is the best defensive end in the National Football League for the Las Vegas Raiders. He was hurt. He's on injured reserve, so it's hopefully speedy recovery for him. But he gets 10-plus sacks every year. He's a monster. He just got a massive contract, so congrats to the Las Vegas Raiders. They are my new second favorite football team.
You're in Philly. You better be careful.
I got my Max Crosby jersey, my man. I'm ready to rap. Listen, you love our company. We love you. So.
The only way you could like Max Crosby more is if he played for the Eagles, right?
Yeah. We're going to trade for him.
Yeah, now we got to get him here. Max Crosby, welcome to the team. I've spoken to him. He's a wonderful guy, and I know he's going to be a big part of this team and helping us advance the company even further for the fans. Before we get out of here, we mentioned the Thursday night date in Hollywood, Florida. I believe it's March 27th. Is that the date on it, March 27th? Yeah, March 27th in Hollywood. That's coming up. And, we got a little pushback about the Thursday night date. When we announced it last week. Now I've had some email messages sent to me. I've had some Instagram messages. You can follow us, by the way, IG, The Bare Knuckle Show. Some people saying they like the Thursday night date because they don't have a lot of other stuff to compete with. They can just sit down and watch it. And a lot of people are saying, maybe this is true, Fridays are like a weekend for them anyway at work. They kind of half-ass it. So they don't mind having fun on Thursday night before.
It's called Thirsty Thursday. You know what I mean?
That's what I said last week.
Yep.
When you're young, you go out and drink.
Look, every card at Hollywood, Florida, it's our home away from home. It's going to be a banger of a night. I'm hearing some rumors that some bangers are going to be on there. So, look, it doesn't matter what day it is. Be there, watch the fight, make a mini vacation, bring your wife, bring your kids, enjoy the weekend in Florida, fly down on a Thursday. It's okay to miss a couple days. That's what PTO's for.
Just quit.
Just quit.
Just quit your job.
PTO is real.
You should be a travel agent. You just sold me on going. I'll be there.
I'm coming. I'm coming too. Listen, I've been on a
You
bender,
always
man.
show up in Florida.
Hollywood, Florida, Knuckle Mania, Mohegan. So I got like 3 straight shows, and then we're doing there too.
Also, March 27th, Swervo Cuts will be there if you need a cut. He just told me that in the chat.
I'm gonna cut you up.
All right, let's check out the rest of the schedule before we get out of here. Upcoming schedule, of course, we know that this week we are in fight week right now for Pechanga. Can't wait for that. It's going to be awesome. Pechanga's had some pretty good cards. They're going to continue. Love going out to California. Blessed to be going out there again. Still some tickets available at bkfc.com. And then we've been talking about it. We're going to continue to talk about it next week. We've introduced you to some of the fighters that you may not know, the Philly fighters, and they are tough guys. Knuckle Mania 5. Can't believe it's the 5th one. Philadelphia. And I'm not just saying this to push tickets. It feels good to say very limited tickets available. I think they had to just release more. BKFC.com if you want those tickets. Get in. Don't wait. It's not a sales tactic. You're going to be sitting outside with your ear to the wall if you don't get your tickets.
No comps.
No, literally. I know. People are looking for comps. They're asking you because you're such a big fan. No, there's no comps. We can't do it. There's not enough. Honestly,
no comps.
We're selling too many. Also, looking forward to Julian Let Me Bang Lane versus Jumpman Van Camp. That's going to be awesome. That's going to be going down the week after Knuckle Mania 5 in Mohegan Sun in Connecticut. If you're anywhere in that area, get involved there. Also, I know Brendan Ward's going to be there. I'm excited to see what he does. It's going to be a great show February 1st. And then, of course, we head to Newcastle, BKFC Fight Night, February 8th. That's why I have the circus graphic. We're traveling like a circus. We're on the road constantly. That's going to be an awesome fight. The birthplace of Bare Knuckle. Always look forward to seeing what happens in Newcastle when we go to the UK. Great card there. Hey, look, man, I'm excited for this weekend, Anthony, but I also know that next week is going to be a huge show for us. Knuckle Mania 5 in Philly. We'll be bringing you every exclusive we can all week. Stay in touch. Make sure you follow us at the Bare Knuckle Show. That's on Instagram. I think it's on Facebook too. And hit the like button.
Subscribe.
Yeah, like, subscribe. Yeah. What else should they do?
Like, subscribe, follow us on Rumble. Drop it on Instagram. Give us a shout out on your story.
Yeah, share the show. Share the show, right?
Share the show.
If you love us, share the show, because I told you all the time we're like a virus. We're going nowhere. Until next time, come on over
Rocket to the moon.
Come over here. Come over here. I'm going to let you end with me. Watch this. Get knocked up, baby. Get knocked up. Ugh.